let's start from the beginning, not from when you were born, but from the immigration, or from your connection with the land of Israel, the state of Israel. Where did that happen?
I think it was actually from when I was born. I don't remember it actually developing or there being a moment. It was just always there, and my friends, I remember being a kid, my friends and I used to sort of fantasize about Ben Gurion and about Moshe Dayan and all this stuff. It was just always a part of life. I came here after sailing through the Mediterranean on a yacht as a deckhand, and when it ended, I just decided to jump over to Israel to I had a calling. I wanted to explore and thought I'd spend a few weeks, and what happened was I came and never left. That was 7 years ago, and that's been my life ever since.
So what is it that attracted you? I mean, America is all what America has to offer. What attracted you here?
Israel, it's that undefinable, indescribable thing. It's a feeling, it's a gut-level sense that I'm living in a place that is critically important, but that's also sort of made for me. It's made for the things that I love. It's made for the things that I don't like. I feel like it's a part of me, or that I'm a part of it, more accurately. And I feel like like I'm in a place where history is still happening, a living history that involves the past and also involves the future.
So you came to visit, and you basically never left?
Yeah, I showed up with a backpack. I got here at 5 in the morning. I got into a taxi at Ben Gurion in the old terminal, and the taxi driver said, "Where are you going?" I said, "You tell me." And he took me to a little hotel in Hayarkon. And I was with my backpack for a year or two, or, gradually accumulating a box, and then 2 boxes, and then another bag, and then an apartment, and then it's just life.
And how were the reactions, friends, family, that you're just leaving and starting a new page of your life here in Israel?
I think, in my case, people weren't so surprised. I had already sort of just jumped ship, so to speak, and gone sailing. My parents maybe were not totally in full belief that I would stay here, but as the years rolled on, they're happy. I think they're very happy that I'm here. They really believe in the state of Israel, and they're ardent Zionists, and so I think they're happy.
Many people, when they immigrate to Israel, when they think about connecting to the land, they think about maybe the more spiritual oriented city like Jerusalem, and you're here connecting, and we'll soon talk about your book, especially to the city of Tel Aviv, which is sometimes considered the more secular, maybe even some would say less Jewish. Tell us about the connection to this really unique city.
Well, I think it is definitely a less observant city. That's no question about that. And in a way, maybe it is a less spiritual city. But we have to remember, in my case, I always felt that this is a city that is full of Jews and of Jewish people and of Jewish culture. And maybe they're living a life that is less observant. But I think the Jewish spirituality is contained within the Jewish person. And I think you can still feel that here. I think you still feel the connection. And even if it's seeing religious people on the street here, or being able to walk with a kippah down the street, because it is still Israel. People talk about Medinat Tel Aviv, which the country of Tel Aviv, but I don't think it's really accurate to say that. It is a different way of life, but we have to remember, and I've always felt it, that it is Israel. There's no question, there's no denying that, and the people who walk in these streets are Israelis and Jewish people.
Tell us about your book, Tel Aviv Stories. How did that come to be?
So Tel Aviv Stories evolved through my personal experience of walking along the Jewish streets of Tel Aviv and seeing what I found to be expressions of Jewish culture in these 5 or 6 people that always had an air of mystery to me. These homeless people who are begging with tefillin on their arms and a kippah on their head. What does it mean? Or a guy who has been standing on the street for 10 years but is able to talk fluently about Shakespeare. These to me are very specific expressions of the Jewish experience. These people are curious, they're educated, and they're also very flawed. There is something to me about Tel Aviv that's very representative of still the diaspora and the diasporic experience. And I think in the first 6 short stories of the book, I really feel that. I really feel a sense of exile in Tel Aviv, but it's almost like a half exile. It's 1 foot in the diaspora and 1 foot in Eretz Israel. And maybe you feel less that in Jerusalem, but in Tel Aviv I really felt that, and I sort of used these stories to express this feeling.
Now, so these are fictional stories, but based on real people?
Yes, correct. They are based on people that I've caught glimpses of throughout the years. I've even spoken to one or two of them, but they, in really the material, the body of the stories, and the plot, they are fiction.
And then there's the second half of the book, the novella. What is that about?
The novella, actually, to me, it's called Rivka and Rebecca. It's more representative of an Israel that I would like to see that's more total, more intact, more spiritually whole. It's about a family with twin daughters named Rivka and Rebecca, and there's an explanation as to their names within the story. And they live a very Jewish life, a Jewish life that's not extreme, but is very wholly Jewish. And what befalls them is a tragedy. And it's, in this sense, it's a very normal story, because it's not about a Jewish crisis or Jewish trauma or exile, but tragedy which occurs within a family.
So what did this whole process teach you? How did you come out of this process of writing the book?
First of all, tired. But I came out, I think, being able to see Tel Aviv in a certain way, and my role in this city as one of the people who is maybe seen, like I've seen all these few characters that I've spoken about. Maybe some people have seen me walking down the streets, stomping around at all hours of the night, looking here and there. But I also think after writing it, and then going and looking more and speaking to these people, seeing that a lot of my intuitions about the city and about what I've assumed about these people's lives were correct. And there's something about that, when your intuition agrees with the environment around you. I think it means that there is a natural fit with the place that you're in. I think that's very important.